Dr. John DeMartini once said that a master lives in the world of transformation, not in the world of loss and gain. Something I've noticed in the world of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu over the last couple of decades during this time of explosive growth is that we seem to have gone a mile wide and remained about an inch deep, which is kind of tragic, actually. Every year, I'm introduced to more and more coaches and professors who are excellent at jiu-jitsu. They're decent at teaching, but dismal at creating and sharing culture. Before we get too deep, I want to be clear that I didn't create this channel to point fingers or to fault find or to add to the negativity or the dissension that already exists between too many academies. And I'm not saying that our academy is the perfect example or the bright, sunny spot in the jiu-jitsu universe or even the watermark of success. I have, however, noticed some trends within the jiu-jitsu culture that don't seem to be congruent with the real heart and soul of Brazilian jiu-jitsu as I know it. I'd like to believe that there are, among us, coaches and professors, and maybe even upcoming students who will one day be a coach or professor themselves, that realize that this sport has so much more to offer than creating high-level technicians. It seems to me that some academies are really good at turning out high-level technicians, but are found wanting where it comes to character development. While other academies produce amazing people, but their jiu-jitsu is a little soft. They're kind of like, jiu-jitsu social groups rather than academies. Yet, if we can take this burden of responsibility, we can foster the right environment and produce amazing technicians as well as amazing individuals simultaneously. Again, these environments don't happen accidentally. They take time, energy, intention, creativity, and no small amount of sacrifice. Sounds fun, right? Well, it gets better. The reward for all your hard work is countless hours of self-denial, crippling feelings of self-doubt, and a body filled with aches and pains. I'm just kidding about that last part, but I know it feels that way sometimes. I was watching this movie recently called Schindler's List, and in it, Oscar gets this ring that has an inscription on it from the Talmud. It says, "To save a life is to save the world entire." Jiu-jitsu contains within its core the ability to save life physically, right? That's obvious. This is a system of self-defense. And it also contains elements which, when put into practice, can lead individuals on the path to truth and self-discovery. This is what Kano Jikoro had figured out and what he demanded of his students. Additionally, it's the very same thing that came between him and one of his star students, Mitsuyo Maeda. Maeda left the nest too early. He was one of the world's greatest technicians, yet he had inadvertently chosen the lesser path. Even though Maeda tried to make it right with Kano, in the end, he was never granted the rank of master. Maeda dropped $1 in order to pick up a dime, and he did so in blatant disobedience. I like to say that the greater always includes the lesser. Jiu-jitsu is powerful, it's effective, it's dangerous. You don't have to strive to make those things happen. They are a natural byproduct of this potent system of self-defense. Of all that jiu-jitsu has to offer, becoming a mat shark is the least of things. If you want that for your life, all you have to do is show up to class, learn the moves, practice, and work really, really hard. That is, if you want to be a dangerous player, all you have to do is train well. But if you want to become a warrior, if you want to become a martial artist, then you're going to have to square up with and face toe-to-toe the most dangerous opponent in the world. You know who that is? The guy in the mirror. And when it comes to character development, there are very few mirrors that are better than the mats. What do you see when you look into the mats? And what is it they're revealing about your character? Are you prone to anger, to self-loathing, to discouragement? Does it stroke your ego to gobble up the guppies? Does it make you feel powerful to impose your will on somebody else? Do you see what I mean by being an inch deep? The internet is filled with coaches and professors showing world-class jiu-jitsu techniques. And I love that. I love jiu-jitsu. It's crazy fun. It gets you in amazing shape, gives you confidence like you wouldn't believe, and prepares you for the pitfalls of this dangerous world that we live in. Yet all of those, as amazing as they are the least of things. It's the least of the gift of jiu-jitsu. It's not really that hard to figure out how to break down moves so that you can teach them effectively, but it is impossible to teach someone how to navigate the journey of character development unless you have submitted yourself to the process of character development as well. It's a process that connects us way beyond the mats, way beyond chokes and joint manipulations and flashy sweeps. I'm so grateful that jiu-jitsu has made it beyond the proving grounds, that we've established this sport as a realistic and viable and lasting martial art. And I'm honored that I came into the sport right at the end of that movement. But I believe that it's most important now more than ever to start doing the work of digging down rather than pushing out. At my academy, we often daydream what it's going to be like when we have 30 or 40 or 50 black belts just attending a normal class, rather than people achieving their black belts and running off and starting their own thing. Instead, digging down, creating a pool of wisdom and depth where we can share technique and share these lessons that we've learned and share in our character development. Jiu-jitsu was first created and then refined. Then it was proven through blood and sweat. Then it was packaged and exported, and it has made its place in the world. It has secured its spot among the most elite martial arts. But now the era of refinement has begun, and it starts with us, the coaches and the professors who are on the leading edge, and those students who are just underneath us that are up and coming to be coaches and professors themselves. Besides world-class technique, what makes your academy so special? We'd love to hear about it in the comment section below. As always, thanks for watching. Happy training, and I'll see you on the mats.